are basically two stubborn mules, and this was no different. I refused to eat anything because eating would mean giving in. I skipped all my showers so I smelled like a dumpster, and I also ditched all my classes because apparently missing graduation is totally worth it for a royal tantrum, right? Wrong. I'd had it up to here with my parents' royal shenanigans. So in a grand act of rebellion, I dashed to the stables, flopped onto the filthy ground on strike. Just as I was about to make a comfy nest in the muck, my mom's huge bodyguard swooped me up and headed to the palace. But I didn't want to go, so I kicked, I screamed, and even sank my teeth into Dakey's shoulder so hard he dropped me like a hot potato. Don't you dare come near me, Dakey!
Princess Ichika, I'm just doing my job.
Don't care! I grabbed the slipper and struck a ridiculous karate pose. Dakey was ready to chase me, but Mom gave him the look. You know, the one that says, just let her be. So he shrugged and went back to his posts. I'd been so sure my parents would come to their senses and beg me to go back to the palace after agreeing to my demands, but no! I woke up to a bucket of ice-cold water dumped right on my head, and I was still clutching my muddy piglet like it was a teddy bear. Talk about a rude awakening. Why?
Wake up!
To be honest, this wasn't the first time I had to fight for what I wanted. Hi, I'm Ichika. I'm a real-life princess from Japan. I'm sure you're wondering why a princess is sleeping in the stables and what I did to my life. I need to make all the confessions today and feel lighter, so stick around and please like and subscribe to Confessions Diary. So I was born to the king and queen of a huge kingdom in Japan. Sounds fancy, right? But here's the thing about being a royal. Everyone expects you to act all proper and perfect from day one. Like seriously, my first toy was a mini scepter, and I have the photos to prove it. I was the only kid and my parents had big plans for me. But guess what? I was a total wild child. Instead of learning royal etiquette, I wanted to climb trees and jump in mud puddles. And they never let me go to regular school because apparently regular schools are for peasants. Ugh, stupid excuses. They just didn't want me to teach the other kids how to sword fight. Cause like this one time when I was 6, we were having a boring dinner and my brain was almost falling asleep, so I decided to have some fun. I am Princess Ichika, ruler of the kitchen. Prepare for battle!
Ichika, for crying out loud, the royal dining table is not your personal battlefield.
Sweetheart, we've talked about this. Princesses don't stand on tables, and they certainly don't use spoons as weapons. But I'm not just a princess, Mom. I'm an explorer, a martial arts warrior. I'm gonna see the world, not just sit around in this boring old castle. Oops, sorry.
That is enough drama, Ichika. You've ruined a perfectly nice dinner. Go to your room.
Ugh, you're no fun. Ugh. Yeah, being a princess wasn't all glitter and glam. I had way too much energy, so I started kendo and ninjutsu at 5. And when I wasn't swinging bamboo sticks or learning how to kick and walk as silently as a cat, I was drowning in royal rules and endless tutoring. I had to learn everything, from maths to soufflés. Like, why did I need to make a souffle when I could be making mud pies? And my tutors? Total clowns. One history tutor dressed up as a knight and thought fake battles would teach me dignity. Spoiler alert, I beat him every time. So much for his dignity. But the older I got, the more obsessed I became with the outside world, especially American high schools. Like seriously, all I had were American high school movies and TV shows to go off of. But you're telling me boys and girls look that good in high school? Have you seen Teen Wolf? I mean, come on, how is that even real life? And I had this Instagram bestie from California who sent me pictures of her beautiful beach house, her school, the Hollywood sign. Ugh, all the places I wanted to be instead of this prison palace. By the time I turned 17, Haley, my Insta bestie, and I talked and chatted almost every day, and we got really close. I watched all the movies she recommended, listened to all her crazy stories about America, and was about ready to experience it all. So one night, I decided to drop the bomb on my parents. Mom, Dad, let me go to America and spend my senior year at an American high school.
Oh, honey, I want a lot of things too, like a vacation to the moon, but that doesn't mean I'm getting it.
I get that you want me to take on my queenly duties later, but come on, just let me have this 1 year. Pretty please.
Not happening, Ichika. Sleep off this ridiculous whim of yours.
This isn't a whim, Mom. Dad, seriously, help me out here.
Ichika, listen to your mom.
Oh, you guys are so frustrating. I was furious they weren't listening. So my grand plan to get their attention? I stormed off to the stables to punish them by sleeping with the animals. Because obviously nothing says take me seriously like curling up in a pile of mud. And that is how I ended up curled up with a piglet covered in mud while my mom looked like she was about to faint from the sheer horror of it all. If you don't let me go to America for my senior year, I'm running away. Like, for real.
Are you threatening the queen? Because I'm pretty sure that is considered treason.
It's also treason to make the future queen so miserable that she wants to run away.
Oh, you are impossible. Look at you covered in mud, surrounded by farm animals. This is not how we raised you, Ichika.
Mom and I are basically two stubborn mules, and this was no different. I refused to eat anything because eating would mean giving in. I skipped all my showers so I smelled like a dumpster. And oh, I also ditched all my classes because apparently missing graduation is totally worth it for a royal tantrum, right? Wrong. My parents stood their ground and absolutely refused to compromise. Well, if that's the way they want it, then let the games begin. Time to execute Plan B. Plan B was very simple. Save lots of money, get a fake ID, which I did by myself, by the way. I'm pretty smart. Pack a few essentials, wear a disguise, and prison break myself to America. Don't judge me. You'd have to be under the pressure I was in to see things from my point of view. Besides, I know a few other princesses who've run away from home. In movies, of course. There's a first time for everything, right? I'd studied every corner, every tunnel, and every passage in the palace, and I knew all the guard schedules on every gate and every... Okay, you get the point. So, one night after dinner, while everyone slept, I sneaked out through the window, went through some secret passages, and was out without anyone noticing. My silent walking lessons from ninjutsu sure paid off now. I hailed a cab to catch a midnight flight to California. California was a total sensory overload. The air smelled like superstars and freedom, and I thought maybe if I'm lucky enough, I'll run into Dylan O'Brien here. Oh man, I'd give up my throne to marry him. Everything was falling into place, but my phone was blowing up with a million missed calls and messages from Mom swinging between threats and desperate pleas. I dialed back with a smirk.
Where the heck are you? Get home now, or I'll have your head on a platter.
Well, hello to you too, Mom. Also, I'm in America now, so guess what? You can't stop me.
What? When did you plan this, you little...
Just let me stay 1 year. After that, do whatever you want. I'm serious. Besides, I know how to fight. I can take care of myself. She paused, then sighed in frustration.
Fine, but don't expect a dime from us. You're on your own.
And victory! That's how you do it, boys and girls. Also, have you seriously not subscribed to Confession Diary yet? What's the deal, man? Come on, do it now. And do you guys remember Haley, my online friend? We joked for a while about how if I ever came to America, I'd live with her. And I told her severely that I had applied for a student exchange program, so she knew I'd be coming to California, but she didn't know the timeline. So she totally freaked out when I called her, but the surprise on her face was priceless. OMG, you actually came! Surprise! So Haley took me around the city, we did a little shopping, and finally went to her place. And you know, I always thought I was great at giving people surprises. I mean, just look at what I pulled on my parents. But I soon found out that Haley was the queen of surprises. From all her stories and posts online, I thought she was loaded and lived in a mansion. But when we pulled up to this tiny rundown house, I almost choked. Wait, you live here? Yeah, sorry. Watch your step, though. But your posts, all those fancy houses? A girl can dream at least, right? And not what I expected when I came to America. Anyway, we ended up chatting over pizza, and she shared how it's just her and her mom who worked in another city and came home over the weekends. And I made up a student exchange story to cover my royal tracks. I crashed hard on my new bed later that night, completely wiped out. But then, bam! A loud noise jerked me awake. For a second, I forgot where I was. I glanced over at Haley, still snoring like a baby. Okay, it's just a dream, I told myself, but then, thud! I bolted up and hit the lights. Nothing. The bulb was out. Great. Suddenly, something smacked against the window. I nearly jumped out of my skin. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die in America! I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight, only to come face to face with a giant rat staring at me like I interrupted its midnight pizza party. Rat! What's happening? A rat! It's huge! Oh, that's just Mr. Squeaks. He's harmless. Unless you didn't wash your hands, then, well, good luck. What? Kidding! Relax, Chica. Now go back to sleep. We've got a long day tomorrow. And it was going to be longer because I didn't get a wink of sleep that night. My first night in America was crazy, but it had nothing on what my first day in school had in store for me. I was hyped for my first day of school. It was exactly how I imagined. Jocks everywhere, cheerleaders in skirts barely covering their butts, kids skating down hallways, and wait, was that guy trying to shove a whole burger in his mouth? Wild. Mom would have a heart attack if she saw how packed the halls were. Then I noticed everyone was staring at me. My excitement faded fast, and I suddenly felt every inch of my eye bags and terrible outfit. OMG, that outfit! Did you just come straight out of the bathroom or something? A mean blonde popped her gum, glaring at me. You have too much to say for someone wearing fake designer, cheap extensions, and a bag that looks like it's been chewed by rats. Excuse me? You think you can waltz in here in a robe, sandals, and socks and call me out? You're giving zero vibes, dumb. First of all, I am not dumb. And second of all, I hadn't even finished when someone from the crowd yelled,
No cap! That outfit's mad jokes!
Before I could even react, Haley shoved the girl, sending her crashing to the floor.
Ow! My ankle, you psycho!
Google kimono and Aboko shoes. Learn something for once and stop humiliating yourself, Madison. Haley snapped, grabbing my hand as we bolted. Mean girls? Yup. And you really need a wardrobe change. Wait, what does no cap mean? The rest of the day was relatively okay until lunchtime when I realized that there were tables for different cliques in the school. And what was Haley's clique? None. She was a loner who sat by herself near the dumpster. This girl's social media life was definitely nothing like her real life. It was like I met a totally different person. That's to say, you shouldn't believe everything you see on social media, you know? This is where we have to sit? Come on, just sit. Don't make a fuss, Ichika. You're friends with the unpopular girls, so get used to it. Nope. There is no way we're sitting here when there's perfectly empty tables over there. So I grabbed Haley and we walked to the table, but before we could sit, so-called Madison knocked my tray off my hands and the food went flying everywhere. Our table. Peasants sit over there, near the dumpster where they belong. Who are you calling peasant, plastic bimbo? Before she could respond, I threw a kick and stopped inches away from her face. She was so terrified that she dropped her tray and fell to the ground. That kick will dismantle your face the next time you come at me. Cap or no cap? Ugh, I'll add a slang dictionary to your makeover. Well, while everything else hadn't gone as I expected since I got here, at least I'd gotten a decent table for us. After that, Madison and her minions stayed away from us, but it also helped that I got some new outfits so I could fit in better with the American crowd. The next couple of days were amazing. Mom called me almost regularly to check on me and confirm that I was still alive, and I got used to my new living situation and even left a snack every night for Mr. Squeaky. And in case you're wondering if I finally got to meet my Dylan O'Brien, well, let's just say instead that I noticed this creepy guy staring at me every day since my first day in school. He had really strange teeth and wore glasses bigger than his face. Hey, do you know that guy in our class who wears large glasses? You mean Remy? What about him? Well, he keeps staring at me, like, since I got here, and not in the romantic way. It's pretty creepy. Well, I've never noticed it before, but now that you mention it, he does look at you a whole lot. But he's harmless, just ignore him. I took Haley's advice and tried to ignore him at first, but then I started finding love notes in my locker, candies on my desk, and every time this guy would be somewhere near me watching my reaction and smiling. And if I smiled back, he'd wave excitedly. Creepy much? Then this one time, flowers were delivered at our house with a note that said, I love you, please meet my parents, Remy. What the heck? What kind of a proposal was this? I came here to meet my Prince Charming, not a total stalking creeper. So the next day at school, I decided to confront him. Hey, why did you send these to me and how do you know where I live?
Did you like them?
Are you stalking me, Remy? And what kind of card is this?
I'm sorry, I just really like you. No, I love you. You're different from everyone here. My parents would love you.
Dude, can you back off? You're coming on too strong and it's weird, man, and we'll go to the police if you keep this up. Haley shoved the withering flowers at him, and as we walked away, I swear I heard him say, watch your back. I'm sorry, what did you say to me?
Oh, your back is really pretty.
No. Let's just go, Ichika. He's giving me dark vibes. I tried to shake off that creepy incident, and for a few days, nothing happened. Remy stopped coming to school as much, and when he did, he just slumped over his desk, barely moving. Then, after gym one day, I was alone in the changing room when a loud bang made me jump. I stepped away from my locker to check, but when I came back, there was a strange doll inside. Buttons for eyes, wearing a tiny kimono exactly like the one I wore on my first day. Worse, a toy knife was stabbed right into its chest. My heart sank. Suddenly, I heard a whisper. Ichika, Ichika. When I checked, no one was there. My phone buzzed and I nearly screamed. It was Haley, but her voice was shaky, like she was running. Ichika, run! Get out now! He's coming for you! Get out! Haley? Haley! The call went dead. My head spun. Was someone really trying to kill me? Immediately, I decided to call Mom, but before I could even dial her number, someone grabbed me from the back, placed a cloth over my nose and mouth, and I slipped into total darkness before I could even fight back. All I remember thinking was, this isn't the American dream I had in mind. I'm sorry, Mom. When I came to my senses, I was tied to a chair. and Haley was across from me, a bag over her head, still out cold. My heart raced. Remy, he had to be behind this. The door creaked open and in walked Remy, only he looked different. Gone were the glasses and crooked teeth. He looked dreamy. Wait, was I crushing on my kidnapper? Snap out of it, girl. Focus. Hey, what did you do to her, you psycho? Let her go, or we'll have problems. Remy didn't answer. He just calmly walked over, removed the bag from Haley's head, and untied her. My relief was short-lived when she smiled at him. Hey, bestie. Sorry you had to wear those gross disguises. What? Bestie? Haley smirked as she walked toward me. So, what should we do with you, Princess Ichika? You knew all along? You tricked me? Remy laughed darkly.
Think they'd pay 50 mil if we sent a finger?
Panic hit me. I was trapped with kidnappers. Walked right into their trap. My parents would kill me. Before I could say anything, a familiar voice echoed from the shadows. Scared yet? Remy and Haley bowed as Mom emerged from a dark corner, looking all royal and glam. Mom? How are you here? What's going on here? She stepped forward, smiling.
Hello, Ichika. Enjoying America?
Remy untied me as I stared at my mom, speechless. How did you even know?
Oh, did you really think the princess of a kingdom could have secret friends that I wouldn't even know about? I know everything, Ichika. I kept track of you on that Insta thing you kids like so much.
How did you even find my pseudo account?
I'm the queen for a reason, Ichika.
All right, but why did you do all this? You'd had your fun. Could you please let me finish my senior year here peacefully? Besides, they owe me an explanation.
You can't make demands, Ichika. I'm here to take you home.
Oh, no you don't. As the future queen, I only have this one request. Let me be here for a year.
Ugh, fine. But don't expect any help from us.
Deal, but this time no more tricks, Mom.
We'll see.
Hours later, after catching up and some shopping, Mom left the country. Then I turned to Haley and Remy. Explain everything. Turns out Remy was one of Mom's bodyguards in training, and she'd had him watch me secretly ever since I escaped, and I had no idea. The queen is a total genius, I'll give her that. Her Majesty is so impressive. When Remy approached me to help him with the plan, I couldn't believe you're an actual princess. You're so down to earth and cool, Ichika. I mean, Princess Ichika. Stop making me blush. But seriously, what about Madison? Oh, she's just dumb.
She played the part really well, though, without even realizing it.
Remy remained with me in the US, and we got really close. And guess what? He and Haley even started dating. I'm totally a matchmaker now, guys. The rest of the year was perfect. Movies, hockey games, prom, and after graduation, I took them to Japan for the ultimate royal experience. Now, it wasn't the American dream I had expected, but it was so worth it, and I'd made 2 new friends.